Hello, Year 3. It's Miss Everingham here for our second recorded English lesson. We are going to today find out what happens next in the story Into the Forest, and we are going to learn a new language feature to include in our story for our friend. I was so impressed to see so many fantastic expanded noun phrase sentences yesterday and just all of the work. So well done. And let's see if you can make me even more proud today with your work in today's English lesson. So let's get started. So again, all you're going to need today is a pencil or a pen and your home learning book or paper to write on. Press pause while you gather these things and press play when you're ready to continue. Fantastic. Let's get started. So, as we said yesterday, your writing task this week is to retell Into the Forest for someone in your class. Today, we're going to listen to the climax of the story because you're going to be retelling the middle or climax of the story today. Watch from the beginning up to 5 minutes 38 seconds the video of Into the Forest. The link is there, or go to the link in today's email. Press pause on this video while you watch up to 5 minutes 38 seconds and then come back and press play once you've listened to that part of the story. Fantastic. Well, I hope you enjoyed the middle or climax of the story. Each day, remember, we're learning a different skill to include in our writing. Yesterday, we did expanded noun phrases. And today, we are doing a new feature. Now, I wonder if you can grab your magnifying glass, dust it off. Did you dust it off? Well done. And now, use it to try and work out what is the feature in red as I read. Let's go. After a short icy walk, he spotted an unusual boy accompanied by a black and white dairy cow. The boy was wearing a baseball cap and chewing a dry blade of grass. He wondered to himself, should he give the cake to this boy or save it for his grandmother? After a brief conversation, he excused himself as he knew his grandmother was expecting him. Soon he came across a young girl who stood confidently in his path, and he was unable to continue his journey. She stared hungrily at his basket and tried to convince the poor boy to share the cake. He wished he could help the upset girl, but he could not arrive at grandmother's home empty-handed, so he continued on. Suddenly, as he squinted through this darkening forest, a brilliant red coat appeared in the distance. He ran breathlessly towards the coat and tugged it on, feeling its warmth wash over him. What feature have I highlighted in red? Fantastic. Some of you have worked it out. It is a coordinating conjunction. All of the red words are coordinating conjunctions. And today we are learning to use coordinating conjunctions in my writing to engage my reader. My turn. The learning objective today is to use coordinating conjunctions in my writing to engage my reader. Your turn. Fantastic. We're going to find out what on earth a coordinating conjunction is. But before that, we need to remind ourselves of things we've learnt. A main clause is a sentence that has a subject and a verb. Your turn. Fantastic. A main clause has a subject and a verb. The boy walked along the path. A main clause is a sentence that has a subject and a verb. Boy is the subject or the noun. Walked is the verb. A main clause is a sentence that has a subject and a verb. The boy walked along the path. That's a main clause. It makes sense all by itself. Which of these are main clause sentences? On the piece of paper in front of you, write 1, 2, 3, tick if it's a main clause, cross if it's not. Off you go. Press pause now and press play when you're ready to check. Fantastic. Did you have this? Walked along the dark, winding path. That doesn't make sense by itself. It has a verb, walked, but it doesn't have a subject. Who walked? We don't know, so that is not a main clause. The girl, the cake. Does that have a subject? It does. Girl is the subject. Where's the verb, the doing word? There isn't one. The girl, the cake. There's no verb, doing word, so that is not a main clause sentence. The boy pulled on the coat. Tick. That is a main clause sentence. Boy, subject, verb, pulled. Fantastic work, Year 3. All right. Coordinating conjunctions are words that join two clauses that make sense by themselves. My turn. Coordinating conjunctions are words that join two clauses that make sense by themselves. So remember, main clauses make sense by themselves. My turn again. The coordinating conjunctions are words that join two clauses that make sense by themselves. Your turn. Well done! Nice loud voices. My turn. Coordinating conjunctions are words that join two clauses that make sense by themselves. Your turn. Fantastic. All right. I like cats. He likes dogs. Clause 1, I like cats. Clause 2, he likes dogs. Both clauses make sense by themselves. A coordinating conjunction joins two equal clauses together. I like cats and he likes dogs. Ooh, can you spot the coordinating conjunction that joins the two clauses together? And is the coordinating conjunction. Fantastic. He picked up his basket and his mother hugged him goodbye. Clause 1, he picked up his basket. My turn. Clause 1, he picked up his basket. Your turn. Fantastic. Clause 2, his mother hugged him goodbye. Your turn. He picked up his basket, his mother hugged him goodbye. Both of those clauses make sense by themselves. What is in red? A coordinating conjunction. Fantastic. We join those sentences together with a coordinating conjunction. He picked up his basket and his mother hugged him goodbye. My turn. The coordinating conjunction joins two clauses that make sense by themselves. Your turn. Fantastic. The boy was wearing a baseball cap and chewing a dry blade of grass. Clause 1, that makes sense by itself. The boy was wearing a baseball cap. Clause 2, makes sense by itself. He was chewing a dry blade of grass, coordinating conjunction, and joining the two together. The boy continued on. That's the first clause that makes sense by itself. He knew his grandmother was expecting him. That makes sense by itself too. As is the coordinating conjunction that joins the two sentences together. My turn. As joins the two sentences together. Your turn. Fantastic. Can you spot the clause, the coordinating conjunction, and the second clause? Fantastic. He wished he could help the girl is the first clause that makes sense by itself. Second clause, he could not arrive at grandmother's without the cake. That makes sense by itself too. The coordinating conjunction joins the two sentences together that make sense by themselves. He wished he could help the girl, but he could not arrive at grandmother's without the cake. Your turn now. Which of these sentences includes a coordinating conjunction? Coordinating conjunctions are words that join two clauses that make sense by themselves. Write down 1, 2, and 3 on the piece of paper in front of you and give a tick to those sentences that have a coordinating conjunction. For extra points, write down why you know it includes a coordinating conjunction. Press pause while you work it out and press play when you're ready to check your answer. All right, let's see if you did it correctly. The boy crept along the path. There's only one clause in there, so that is one main clause. So that does not include a coordinating conjunction. Number 2, the boy squeezed his palms together. First clause. As he crept along the path. Second clause. As is a coordinating conjunction. Yes. Number 2 is a tick. 3, he snatched the basket and ran into the darkening forest. He snatched the basket, clause number 1, and coordinating conjunction, clause 2, ran into the darkening forest. 3 has a coordinating conjunction. Give yourself a tick if you had 2 and 3. Fantastic work. Second one, which of these sentences includes a coordinating conjunction? How do you know? Number 1, he wished he could help the confident girl, but he knew he could not arrive at grandmother's empty-handed. Number 2, he wished he could help the confident girl. Number 3, he ran breathlessly towards the warm coat. 1, 2, 3, tick or cross. Why? Press pause as you work it out. Press play when you're ready to check your answer. Press pause now. Well done. Let's check your work, see if you're correct. Number 1 includes a coordinating conjunction, but number 2 does not include a coordinating conjunction. Number 3 does not either. Number 1 includes a coordinating conjunction because look, there's the first main clause, he wished he could help the confident girl. Number 2, the second main clause, he knew he could not arrive at grandmother's empty-handed. And but joins the two clauses together. Have I identified the coordinating conjunction correctly? I did not have a great sleep last night, and I really need your help to check if I did this correctly. So number 1, he ran breathlessly towards the coat and tugged it on. Number 2, he apologized to the boy with the cow and continued on. Number 3, he put the coat on as he stumbled forward along the path. 1, 2, 3, tick or cross, and how do you know if you're correct? Press pause as you work out your answer and press play when you're ready to check. Well done. Let's see if you were correct. Number 1, he ran breathlessly towards the coat and tugged it on. Correct. Number 1 has one main clause. He ran breathlessly towards the coat. Second main clause, tugged it on, and is the coordinating conjunction that joins the two clauses together. Number 2, he apologized to the boy with the cow and continued on. With does not join the two main clauses together, and was the coordinating conjunction there. So number 2 was a cross. He put the coat on as he stumbled forward along the path. Along is not a coordinating conjunction. So number 3 is not correct as well. Can you spot a coordinating conjunction in number 3? Fantastic. Yes. He put the coat on is the first main clause. He stumbled forward along the path is the second main clause. As is the coordinating conjunction that joins the two sentences together. Now you might be thinking, for number 2, continued on, that doesn't make sense by itself. Tugged it on the first one, that doesn't make sense by itself. But after the coordinating conjunction, we don't have to repeat the subject. So he ran breathlessly towards the coat and he tugged it on. There's a little invisible he in there, but because the sentence is all together, we don't need to repeat he. Similarly for number 2, he apologized to the boy with the cow, and he continued on. We've made invisible the he after the coordinating conjunction. If a coordinating conjunction, if the little main clause after the coordinating conjunction makes sense if you put he, the subject of the sentence, after the coordinating conjunction, then you know it's still a main clause. Let's remind ourselves what we're learning today. Today, my turn. Today we are learning to use coordinating conjunctions in my writing to engage my reader. Your turn. Fantastic. Which sentence is more engaging for the reader? How do you know? He wished he bought a coat. That's number 1. Number 2, he was shivering in the cold and wished he had bought a coat. Which one is more engaging and why? Press pause as you try and work it out. Press play when you're ready to talk through the answer. Fantastic. Did you say number 2 was more engaging? Fantastic work. You were correct. Why? Because it includes more information. It includes a coordinating conjunction, meaning you could add in more information to your sentence. First sentence doesn't have a coordinating conjunction, so you can't have as much information in the sentence. Give yourself a big tick if you said number 2 was more engaging. Let's try the next one. Which sentence is more engaging for the reader and how do you know? He began to feel scared. Number 1. Number 2, he began to feel scared but took a deep breath and continued along the dark path. Which one is more engaging and how do you know? Press pause as you write down your answer and press play when you're ready to check your answer. All right, let's check. Did you say number 2 was more engaging? Fantastic. It's more engaging because it includes a coordinating conjunction and. Adding in the coordinating conjunction means that you can put more information into the sentence. In the first one, we know he's scared, but we don't know why. In the second one, we've put in more more information. He began to feel scared, but there's one coordinating conjunction. Took a deep breath. And there's your second coordinating conjunction, continued along the dark path. Remember the rule we talked about? Took a deep breath. By itself, you might think, oh, that doesn't make sense. That's not a clause that makes sense by itself. But can you add in the invisible subject after the coordinating conjunction for it to make sense? He took a deep breath. That makes sense by itself. Here, continued along the dark path. Can you add in he after the coordinating conjunction to make it make sense? Continued along the dark path to he continued along the dark path. That makes sense by itself. So we know that is a main clause sentence. All right, I need help again. Help me improve my writing. Have I included a coordinating conjunction? Can you edit and refine my work? The boy couldn't find the path. He began to panic. The boy could hear a girl crying. He couldn't work out where the sound was coming from. Have I included a coordinating conjunction? Press pause as you fix up my work and press play when you're ready to check your work. Fantastic work. It's time to check. So let's see how you went. The boy couldn't find the path and he began to panic. Did you put in a coordinating conjunction between those two sentences? Well done. For the second one, the boy could hear a girl crying, but he couldn't work out where the sound was coming from. Did you add in a coordinating conjunction between those two sentences as well? Fantastic work. Thank you for helping me to improve my writing. Now it's your turn. Are you ready to get writing? Your writing task today is to retell the climax of Into the Forest for your classmate. The climax of the story introduces the problem. The problem in this story is that the boy goes into the forest and he comes across a lot of strange people and the forest is a bit scary, remember? So you're introducing the problem and you're introducing some new characters. Yesterday, you introduced the boy, but today there are some new characters. So you're going to, in your writing, include coordinating conjunctions so that your friend is entertained and engaged in your writing. Introduce the problem, introduce new characters, include coordinating conjunctions. If you need to, go back and listen to the beginning of the story up to 5 minutes to remind yourself of what you are retelling. Here is my example. In red are some coordinating conjunctions you might like to choose to use in your writing. Now's the time to pick up your pencil and start writing. So you can leave this up here or to help you, or if you need, you can press pause and go back in the video to look at the instructions for today's task. Well done. Good work. I might just ask a few people again to read out what they have written in this afternoon's Zoom meeting. So make sure you're really proud of your work. Keep going, try your best in the rest of this English lesson, and I can't wait to read what you have come up with this afternoon. Well done, Year 3. Keep going and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.